happening right now.
Man, send me the fucking clip. I'm not buying that, because that never happened, so how could you censor that?
The betrayal between Jaidyn Alexis and Blueface just crossed a line that can never be undone, turning a toxic romance into a full-blown war of public destruction. While Blueface was locked behind bars, explosive allegations surfaced that Jaidyn Alexis engaged in a secret encounter with his own manager, Bravo. Instead of retreating into the shadows, Blueface took to a live stream alongside Ray J to publicly humiliate his former partner. Visibly shaken as he weaponized the existence of a private tape to dismantle her reputation before declaring to the world that she is no longer his woman. But Jaidyn Alexis did not back down. In a fierce and immediate retaliation, she looked directly into the camera and explicitly dared Blueface to drop the footage, exposing the entire plot as a malicious violation of her privacy designed to break her down. She weaponized his own threats against him, calling out both Blueface and Bravo for calculated exploitation while threatening immediate legal action to protect her name. This isn't just another relationship argument. This is an aggressive, high-stakes exposure of loyalty, revenge, and a private tape used as the ultimate weapon. While Blueface was serving his time behind bars, the foundation of his entire circle completely crumbled from the inside out. The absolute betrayal began to take shape when detailed allegations surfaced regarding Jaidyn Alexis and Blueface's own manager, Bravo. This was not just a simple rumor. Specific timelines and details emerged pointing to a secret encounter that took place while the rapper was completely incapacitated and unable to control his empire from jail. Bravo was someone who had access to the inner workings of Blueface's career, his finances, and his personal life, making the nature of this alleged connection an ultimate violation of loyalty. For months, tension had been building behind closed doors. But the moment these specific details about Jaidyn Alexis and Bravo were brought to light, it set off a chain reaction that completely destroyed any remaining peace. The depth of this betrayal lies in the fact that the people Blueface trusted most to protect his legacy while he was locked up were allegedly operating behind his back, creating a toxic mess that was bound to explode the moment he stepped foot back into the real world. The second Blueface gained his freedom, he did not waste a single second handling this situation privately. Instead of confronting Jaidyn Alexis behind closed doors, he chose the most public platform possible to execute his revenge. Sitting directly next to Ray J on a live stream, Blueface pulled out his phone and began scrolling through the evidence, his face visibly changing as the reality of the situation set in. Even though he attempted to laugh it off and play it cool for the cameras, his body language exposed his deep frustration and shock. Blueface openly weaponized the existence of a private tape involving Jaidyn Alexis and Bravo, using his massive platform to dismantle her character in front of hundreds of thousands of live viewers. He explicitly looked into the camera and announced that Jaidyn Alexis was officially no longer his woman, effectively cutting all ties and throwing her to the wolves. The live stream became an aggressive display of public humiliation, as Blueface used the alleged footage as leverage to completely strip away her reputation, leaving Ray J and the entire audience stunned by the sheer hostility of the exposure. The fallout from that live stream created an immediate shift in the dynamic, forcing Jaidyn Alexis into a corner where she had no choice but to fight back with maximum force. Hours after being publicly disowned and exposed by the father of her children, Jaidyn Alexis went live to deliver her own unfiltered truth. She did not cry, she did not apologize, and she absolutely did not beg for forgiveness. Instead, she looked directly into the lens and delivered a chilling dare, telling Blueface to drop the entire tape if he truly believed it would ruin her. Jaidyn Alexis fiercely defended herself, stating that any footage in existence was being completely weaponized against her without her consent. She blasted both Blueface and Bravo as completely disgusting for trying to use her private moments as clout and leverage to break her spirit. She emphasized that she is a mother first and foremost, expressing her complete disgust at how low these men were willing to go just to satisfy their own egos. By daring him to release the footage, Jaidyn Alexis effectively took the power out of Blueface's hands, turning his ultimate weapon into a showcase of his own desperation. She made it clear that she was ready to involve the police and take full legal action for this severe invasion of her privacy, drawing a definitive line in the sand and proving that she will no longer be the victim in his chaotic game. The defiance displayed by Jaidyn Alexis completely shifted the narrative, forcing the public to look at Blueface and Bravo with intense scrutiny. By openly challenging the father of her children to leak the footage, she shifted the power dynamic entirely. This was no longer a story about an alleged betrayal. It became a massive conversation about privacy violation, revenge porn, and the toxic lengths to which individuals go for internet dominance. Jaidyn Alexis stood firm on the fact that she had been an anchor for Blueface throughout his legal struggles, holding down his household and maintaining his brand while he was physically absent. To have that loyalty rewarded with a public execution of her character, orchestrated by the man she supported, was a breaking point. The backlash against Blueface began to mount rapidly as people analyzed his behavior on the stream with Ray J. Observers noted that his laughter seemed forced, mask-like, covering up a deep-seated humiliation that his own manager, a man trusted with his business empire, had allegedly crossed the ultimate line with his partner. As the smoke from the initial confrontation began to clear, the focus turned heavily toward Bravo, the manager caught directly in the crosshairs of this explosive fallout. In the music industry, the relationship between an artist and their manager is supposed to be bound by an unshakable contract of trust. Bravo was not just a casual associate. He was the gatekeeper to Blueface's career movements, his contracts, and his inner circle. The allegations that Bravo used his position of access to engage with Jaidyn Alexis while Blueface was locked in a cell sent shockwaves through their professional network. Industry peers began weighing in on the absolute breach of protocol, noting that this type of betrayal ruins more than just personal relationships. It completely obliterates business structures. Bravo found himself isolated, facing intense scrutiny from fans and associates alike, as the narrative solidified that he had taken advantage of a vulnerable situation to strike at the rapper's personal life. The silence and sporadic, defensive social media posts coming from his camp only fueled the fire, making the situation look increasingly calculated. Despite the heavy legal threats and the intense emotional warfare broadcasted to millions, the story took a turn that absolutely no one could have predicted. In the world of mainstream entertainment, lines are drawn and bridges are burned permanently, but the dynamic between Blueface and Jaidyn Alexis has always defied conventional logic. Less than 24 hours after Jaidyn Alexis threatened heavy legal action and police involvement for the violation of her privacy, shocking reports began to surface regarding their actual whereabouts. Sources tracking the couple revealed that at 5 o'clock in the morning, immediately following the most brutal public trading of insults in their history, Blueface and Jaidyn Alexis were spotted together in a private setting. They weren't arguing, and they weren't surrounded by lawyers. Instead, they were laid up together as if the entire public war had never even happened. This sudden reconciliation left the audience in a state of absolute disbelief, completely destroying the credibility of the anger they had both displayed just hours prior. This bizarre twist immediately triggered a massive wave of skepticism regarding the true nature of the drama. Viewers who had genuinely defended Jaidyn Alexis for standing up against public humiliation suddenly felt completely manipulated. The theory that this entire explosive saga was a meticulously engineered marketing stunt began to gain massive traction across every platform. In an era where digital engagement directly translates to financial gain, staging a massive, high-stakes controversy involving a secret tape, a manager's betrayal, and a public breakup is the ultimate way to secure millions of views and dominate the news cycle. Critics pointed out that every single movement, from the live stream with Ray J to Jaidyn Alexis's immediate, highly produced video response, seemed almost too perfectly timed to maximize algorithmic reach. The sudden, quiet reunion at dawn seemed to confirm that despite the severe accusations thrown around, the attraction to chaos and the financial rewards of viral notoriety outweighed any actual desire for boundaries or justice. The realization that Blueface and Jaidyn Alexis were back together after such a public execution of trust left their entire audience completely exhausted and deeply divided. The narrative quickly shifted from a tragic story of personal violation into a dark commentary on the lengths content creators will go to sustain their relevance. Industry insiders began pointing out that the timing of this massive fallout was far too convenient, aligning perfectly with upcoming media releases and promotional campaigns that both individuals needed to push. For years, this couple has weaponized their private dysfunction to fuel their public brands, turning their relationship milestones and their catastrophic breakups into highly monetized entertainment. By pulling Bravo into the equation and introducing the high-stakes element of a compromising tape, they managed to capture the attention of mainstream media outlets that usually ignore standard reality television drama. The calculated nature of the entire spectacle highlighted a grim reality of modern fame, where reputation is entirely secondary to traffic and negative attention pays just as well as positive support. As the days progressed, the ripple effects of this engineered chaos began to deeply impact the people caught in their immediate orbit. Jaidyn Alexis's previous romantic associates, who had reportedly been attempting to provide her with a stable, respectful environment away from the circus, found themselves completely blindsided by her sudden return to Blueface. The public began to dissect the psychological cycle keeping these two bonded, noting that no matter how severe the humiliation becomes, the gravitational pull of their toxic dynamic always wins. Fans who had spent hours defending Jaidyn Alexis as a victim of revenge exploitation suddenly pulled back their support, realizing that she was an active participant in the ongoing media circus. The conversation turned into a wider critique of their parenting and the long-term impact this constant cycle of public warfare would have on their children, who are forced to grow up with their parents' most intimate and toxic moments permanently archived on the internet for millions to see. Meanwhile, the professional fallout for Bravo continued to solidify, proving that even if the couple was willing to forgive and forget for the sake of a viral moment, the business world operates under different rules. Blueface associates and business partners began distancing themselves from the management team, recognizing that the brand had become too volatile and unpredictable to safely invest in. The mixing of high-level business management with volatile personal affairs completely shattered the professional credibility of their entire enterprise. Even as Blueface tried to transition the conversation back to his music and upcoming events, the shadow of the betrayal and the subsequent overnight reunion lingered heavily over his brand. The entire situation exposed the fragile foundation of an empire built entirely on shock value, leaving the audience wondering how much longer this cycle can continue before the public completely loses interest in the endless circus. This explosive saga between Blueface, Jaidyn Alexis, and Bravo proves that in the world of internet clout, absolutely nothing is off limits. We have watched these two tear each other down, weaponize private tapes, threaten legal action, and then turn around and lay up together at 5 o'clock in the morning like nothing ever happened. It makes you wonder if this was ever about real betrayal, or if it was just a masterfully engineered circus designed to manipulate the algorithm and secure a massive bag at the expense of everyone's intelligence. Now, the real question is completely up to you, and I want to hear your raw, unfiltered thoughts on this absolute madness down in the comments below. Do you think Jaidyn Alexis was genuinely violated and chose to take her power back? Or do you believe she and Blueface completely orchestrated this entire drama from day one just to stay relevant while he transitions back to the real world? And what do you make of Bravo's complete silence throughout this entire professional and personal destruction? If you are tired of missing out on the absolute biggest, most jaw-dropping celebrity updates, and you want the raw facts delivered straight to your feed without the fluff, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Don't forget to smash the like button on this video to help smash the algorithm, and turn on all your post notifications so you never miss a single second of the drama as it unfolds. We are tracking every single movement of this toxic cycle, and you definitely do not want to be left in the dark when the next explosive piece of evidence drops. Thank you so much for watching. Keep your eyes locked right here, and we will catch you in the very next video.